Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and we've got a strange little story involving Fat Lammy. It's all about buck passing, pointing of fingers, the blame game. Lammy has claimed that you can't blame him. Says, don't blame me, he says. And quote, I've only been in the post for 2 months. And so there he is. He's finally come out of hiding to perform this whole sort of smoke and mirrors of it's not my fault, it wasn't me, big boy did it and ran away, basically. Damage control. This is over the accidental prisoner release. It's subsequently been found out that there's about 25 accidental releases every month. It's just that the high profile ones are the sex offender, illegal immigrant types. But a lot of times it's just sort of the wrong person goes. And in actual fact, and strangely enough, a lot of the ones that get let out early by mistake, weirdly, actually just go knock on the police door and say, they've let me out. Because, they know that the repercussions are going to be worse if they don't go to the police station and say, they let me out by mistake, Gov. Because if they do get caught, it's like tax. It's like, I'm going to tell you this, it's like the tax man. If you screw up your tax and you go to the tax man and said, look, I've made a terrible mistake. I've done this and I've done this, and I've realised I've underpaid my tax. I'd like to correct the records and then pay the correct tax. And what they'll do is they'll go, oh yes, that's no problem, certainly. They do. I've done this for 35 years. I have never made a mistake with tax. I have made many a mistake with tax. Everyone does. I've underpaid VAT here, or I've over-declared, subcontractors tax there. Somewhere else and things like that. Or on one occasion, I actually massively underdeclared corporation tax. Slip of the finger. Literally, I'd reversed 2 digits, and it was about 20-odd thousand less. But the thing is, you go to the taxman, you say, look, I've made a mistake, this is what it is, I've picked up the mistake, I'd like to just do that on the correction, and then here's the difference. And they say, that's fine, and they take your money, and then that's it. If you have to wait for them to come to you, oh boy, not only do you get in deep trouble, they will tell you this is the tax you've got to pay, and then they'll fine you 100% of the tax you have to pay. Don't let the taxman come to you. If you go to them, it's fine. Well, it's the same with prisoner release. When the prisoners get let out early, they know they're in trouble. And so they go to the police station and say, they let me out. I tried telling them, and they wouldn't listen to me. So I'm just turned up here. It was yesterday morning. I thought, well, I took advantage of it. I went home, saw my mother or whatever, had a night out with the lads. But here I am, and I'm ready to go back to prison now. And basically, they get put back in prison. I know something about this because I actually know a man that happened to. Very good friend of mine. Actually, he was the man who did all my tattoos. Well, not all of them, all bar one of my tattoos. And he was doing some time, Bedford, it was low, it was category D, it was like, scratch your ass prison. Club, what they call, the Americans call club fed, but it was still there. Anyway, they cocked up, they put him out on a train, they said, oh, you're going there, and they sent him on a train. And he got to the station, he said he expected to be met. There was no one there, and he phoned up the prison and said, there's no one here. He said, well, no, you're out, you're gone, you're free. He went, I've still got 3 months. Anyway, they said, hang on, where are you? And he told them, and they said, oh, God. Said, wait there. And then about 20 minutes later, a policeman came up and said, get in the car, son, I'll take you back. But he phoned them. He had to phone them. Anyway, didn't get bollocking for it. And funnily enough, he was out about 2 weeks later, genuinely out 2 weeks later. But, that's what happens. But Lammy's going, don't blame me. And that's great. But the thing is, and here is a quote from Lammy, and I'm going to give you this. The release this week that caused concern was actually before I introduced those checks just a few weeks ago. Yeah, be arse. Following the release of Kibatu. He says, and the other prisoner was a court mistake, not in fact a prison mistake. Again, pass the buck. Not me, Gov. Big boy did it. But the truth is, I've only been in the post for the last 2 months. So what he's actually saying is, it's not my fault, it's the fault of the previous Justice Minister, who is now our Home Secretary, Mahmood. And isn't it funny that these people who keep getting released accidentally all happen to be very much like Mahmood? Odd, I think. Suspicious, perhaps. Who knows? Oh dear. But when it just means that Lammy lied when he said last month that the checks were already in place. Because that's what he said last month. The checks and balances, or the control is already in place. And still they leave. What a liar. Lammy, you're a shit liar because you're really, really dumb. Very good liars never get caught out. Really bad ones do. Tell you what, if that guy hadn't been a politician, he'd probably be in jail, wouldn't he? But there we go. What an arse. He's blaming Mahmood. She'll be really pleased with that. It's another little disruption in the daily lives of the Labour Party, isn't it? It was Mahmood who did it. It was my boss, the previous minister. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I don't want to look stupid. Far too late for that, mate. Thanks a lot. Next video's coming soon. Do hit subscribe though. I think it's worth it. I think I've earned it on this one. Definitely hit like and let me know what you think about in blaming Mahmood.